Hey guys, Theo here, and welcome back to another video where today I'm going to be showing you a thing or two on making a Minecraft-like game in Unreal Engine 4. As you can see, I've made this simple area here. It took me a while to figure out how I was going to do it, but it ended up alright after a while. As you can see, if you turn around, you can see the blocks loading in because there's so many blocks. As you can see here, there's a 6,033 blocks just from this thing. So it tends to get a bit laggy if you select multiple blocks. But with that said, it's not that laggy. Unreal Engine deals with it really well. But anyway, now I'll be jumping into a new project and I'll be showing you how you can make a game like this. Alright, I've loaded up a new project in first person. I'm going to be deleting this part of the map and making a new map. So what I'm going to do quickly is I'm going to go into maps and I'm going to delete. Right now I'm just going to delete this map build data and go up here and new level. Select default and there we go. Okay, so this is our new level. What you probably want to do is you want to get rid of this. If you look here, if you get a cubes, if you look, the scale of them is 1 meter each. Now that's really good because a Minecraft block is 1 meter, and the player is on average, I think, around 2 meters tall and 1 meter wide. So it's like all of our dimensions have been set up for us like already, which is pretty cool. We have to do a little bit of editing with the player hitbox though. So first thing you want to do is you want to like put your cube in your starting point. What I did is I set them all to 0, 0, 0, and as you can see, the center of the box is now at 0. So if you do 0.5, 0.5, and no wait a second, 50. Sorry, 50 and 50. There we go. So now it puts the box 1 meter wide, so it's on this 1 meter grid. From here to here is a meter, and it's directly lined up with the grid. Now, what you want to do when you make your Minecraft area, you could make it you can make like the floor and stuff out of just one big cube. But what I like to do to make it more like Minecrafty, and it's actually easier. It makes more cubes and might make it a bit laggier, but I want to keep it like Minecraft. And also, it's actually a bit easier because if you make your box really big and then you add a grass texture, you have to add tiling and you have to get the tiling like spot on, otherwise it looks really bad compared to all the other blocks. So what you want to do is you want to go up here to set position grid snap value, and you want to set this to 100. That's every 100 centimeters. It will only snap every 100 centimeters. So if you look here, it only snaps every 1 meter. So that's really good for when you're building stuff with the blocks. Then you can build it really easily, and you don't have to line the blocks up like this, because that would take ages. So what you want to do now is you want to go into your first person blueprints folder. It'll be in content, first person blueprints, and then what you want to do is make a new folder in there and call it textures, and then double click on that and right click and go into import to game first person blueprint textures. And then you'll want to just find a Minecraft grass texture. Download one from the internet. I wouldn't recommend using the one out of your .minecraft folder because 16 by 16 textures, it classes them as low textures and it makes them all blurry. And also the grass from your .minecraft folder isn't actually green because it requires the color mapping from other textures. So just select your textures and it'll appear in the little drop down, the little folder thing at the bottom. Alright, so I've got my Minecraft grass here, it's just appeared down here. And what you want to do is you just want to drag it onto your box. And then it'll create this little thing here. And just wait for these shaders to compile. Because when you add a new material, all the shaders have to get used to the material. Alright, so the shaders have compiled. And the grass texture is now on this block. As you can see, the grass texture goes all the way around it. That's fine because it's just going to be the ground. We're going to make a flat ground. You won't be seeing the sides of it. I think it looks better with grass on the sides as well as you get in Optifine in Minecraft. But adding different textures for different sides, that would just take a little bit longer, and I'm going to skip that part for today. Now, to create your ground, what you want to do is you want to select this, then you want to hold Alt on your keyboard and drag this little arrow, and that will create a copy of it to where you've dragged it. So now, if you look, it's completely seamless. They're right next to each other, and it looks pretty good. You'll also want to open your Minecraft grass material. All you have to do that is double click on this little material icon. I've already got it open here in this tab. And then what you want to do down here is in the search bar, type in rough and make it fully rough. And then just save that. And there, that's saved. And now if I just close that, that makes it so that you don't get those like shiny reflections from the sun on it. It makes it look less like grass. It makes it look like a more hard block. So you want to get rid of that to make it actually look like Minecraft grass. And then what you want to do, you'll just want to click on this, hold Alt, and just keep on doing this for a while. But a faster way you can do it is by holding Control and then clicking on a row of cubes like this. And I've got all of them selected. And then if I hold Alt now, I can create a copy of the whole row. And if I do it again, then again, then hold on, again, and again, and again, like that. Now I've done this entire area here. As you can see, with the default like shader that Unreal Engine has, a lot of the textures are black on the underside and some of the sides because the sun is over there. It's extremely dark on some sides. There's a couple ways around this. You can either change the properties in its materials to translucent, but it makes it look a bit different. And what I just did is I selected this light source, created a duplicate, changed the rotation, and then did it again. Hold on, that's not a duplicate. There we go. I want to change this rotation. You can see lots of the sides are filled, but the underside's still dark, so you want to do it one more time. And you want to change it so it's facing upwards. There we go. And that looks about right. There you go, and as you can see, the underside's like that. Everything's very bright, so if you clicked on one of these, you can go down into your details. Make sure you aren't on the world settings tab, make sure you're in the details, and change this intensity down. I'm going to check underneath to see what it looks like at lower intensities. I'm going to keep it at about just 1. There we go. I'm going to change all of these to 1, this to 1, and this to 1. There we go. Now you've got this little area, and that's how you make areas like that. So I'm going to be moving on to making a simple house with a couple different textures. But first of all, you'll need, we're going to test out the player. We're going to move the spawn point of the player. Just move it to around here. Yep. And there we go. You can jump around and stuff. It's looking all good. Oh, didn't mean to do that. So what we want to do now is we want to go into our first person blueprints, and we want to go into blueprints, first person character. And then once you've opened your first person character blueprint, it'll come up with this rather complicated looking event graph here, as you can see. You want to navigate in these 3 tabs to the viewport. Now you can look around here, you can use WIS and D to move still, but as you can see, there's a little camera and there's like a little arm there and the gun, that's the default gun. So what you want to do is you want to select this camera, you want to make sure that snapping is off, make sure this little grid icon is not orange, and then you want to move this camera to about halfway. I think you can do it just by going here to 0 there. So I've set the camera to 0 just in the location, the X value here, and then you want to compile here, and then you want to go back into your level, and that'll make it so, as you can see, if you look down, it looks fairly normal, as if you'd looked down before. The rotation was a little bit off and you were a little bit behind the rotation. You can see we're still a little bit behind, but it's less noticeable. Alright, so the next thing you want to do back in the viewport is you want to select this little cylinder, this little mesh, and you'll want to go to the capsule radius, and you'll just want to change that to about 30. There we go. And then if you compile that, then you won't notice anything different. Now that's pretty loud. You won't notice anything different, but it just allows you to get closer to objects and allows you to fit through 1-2 block gaps. So now you've done that, you want to go back to your viewport place, and you see this little components thing here. You don't want to add component. I know I was hovering over it, but don't do that. You want to scroll until you find mesh 2P on the first person camera. You want to click on it, and you want to go over to this side here, and you want to scroll down until you get to the rendering area just here, and you want to uncheck this visible sign. You'll also want to go back to here under mesh 2P. You want to go to the FP gun, and you want to uncheck the visible box in this as well. Compile that once more, and if you go back to play, then as you can see, the little gun is gone, which is better. As you can see, it says lighting needs to rebuild here. You don't need to worry about that for now. All you need to do to disable that, because it gets on my nerves quite a lot, is if you look on your keyboard, you have a little symbol that looks like an apostrophe, but like backwards and more squarish. So it's that little sign there, and it'll come up with a console command down here. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see this. I think you will. You just want to type in this console if you found the key for the console. You just want to type in disable all screen messages. Then once you've typed that in, it should get rid of that little annoying red sign there. So the next thing you can do is you can just move your character, move him to about there. Look at his the arrow pointing out of him. There's a little blue arrow here when he's not selected, and that shows you which way he'll be facing once he spawns in. Just put him to the edge of the platform, the opposite direction to where he'll be looking. The next thing you want to do now is you want to select autosave. You want to select one block of the ground. You want to hold Alt and you want to just pull it up. Actually, I've got to enable snapping. There we go. And then you want to pull it up. Now you just want to press Escape to deselect it. And go back to your first person blueprints, go into your textures, and now what I recommend you doing is going to get like a wood planks texture from the internet, or a wood texture, just a log. I mean like Minecraft logs, I don't mean like a real log, because that wouldn't look very good. But anyway, just grab a texture from online, or you can size up one of your textures from the .minecraft folder in paint.net if you wanted to. Just import your texture, that Minecraft log, and then drag it on to that block that's sticking out. Alright, now that's loaded up. As you can see, it's got a log on the top. That doesn't matter because you won't be seeing the top from what we're building for now. You can make a tree. I'll make a tree in a minute, but first I'm just going to make a small little house, like a very small house, just like this, and then this, 2, 3, and then oh, that's one block too far. Then like this. Let's move this one here. And as you can see, the textures are still a bit shiny. We'll change that in a minute. Alright, and then I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna leave a couple gaps for windows. There we go. And it's gonna be a 2-block high one. There we go, that looks okay. I know I said, yeah, you can kind of see that it's all made of, like, it's all wood on all the sides. But that doesn't matter, because you can actually get these blocks in Minecraft, so anyway, it looks good and it looks Minecrafty, so that's what we're going for anyway. But I'm just going to quickly change this texture to rough. There we go, I'm going to save that. And now it's not all shiny. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly make a little base of a tree. I think I'd go 3 blocks up. Then you add the leaves. I've not got the leaf texture yet, so I won't do that for now. But as you can see, that's a simple Minecraft-like environment. You can download different textures and add different blocks. As you can see now, hold on, if I forgot to do this so we could test it. Like that. As you can see, we can walk through 2-block gaps. And we've not added like the Minecraft crosshair yet, which we'll do in a second, and we just need to change some stats, maybe add some sprinting in.